Hey, She Blosses. Welcome back to Elephant and Ants, the podcast show with me, your host, She Bloss Nicole. So here we talk about the weighty things, which are the elephants, and then the small strategic things, which are the ants. And the ants that look like elephants, and the elephants that are just really ants. This show was for the woman behind the business so that she could take care of business, whatever business that might be. So today I want to talk about the leader who serves. I had the absolute privilege to serve some of BLOSS community. So the dinner was it was a Thanksgiving dinner because we're around Thanksgiving time, but it wasn't the traditional Thanksgiving dinner. It was very untraditional. It was spaghetti, salad, fried chicken, rolls, apple pie with a scoop of ice cream, right? Very, very untraditional. They did not expect it because it was a surprise. And matter of fact, it was kind of a surprise to me because I just felt like God told me to do it, so I didn't expect it either. But it was nevertheless something that was really, really needed for them and for me. And the fact that it was unexpected, the results of it was unexpected as well, some of their comments. But I really want to talk from the perspective of me serving them. I really thought that I was doing something for them. And I did, don't get me wrong. But the truth of the matter is, what I got from it was not just me serving them, it was how I was served in the process of serving them. So as I was getting ready, to prepare to give whatever it was that I was going to present at that moment, I just heard God say, "I want you to serve them." But this was the thing that really got me. He said, "I don't want you to ask for no help. I don't want you to ask no one for any help." And I know that those that are there, they will help me. I mean, they will say, "Hey, listen, what we cooking, we'll make it like a whole little potluck type of thing." But God said, "No, I don't want that. I want you to serve them." And so then I came up with this whole extravagant meal, right? Like, all these different meats and sides and all this type of thing. And then I heard just a small voice within me say, "Okay, now break it down. Break that down. You don't have to do all of that. Matter of fact, make it very untraditional." So I'm not gonna lie, I was all for it, but then when the day approached, the day of, and I still had a little more things to do. I call myself being prepared. I had did things in a timely manner. I had prepared, but there were some things that I forgot. So it's like I had to get up the same day and go and get the things that I had forgot, which, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's like only one or two things, but it turned out to be, oh, and I forgot this, and oh, and I forgot that too. Oh my God, I got to get this, and that. So by the time I got done with all of that, I was just tired. I was ready to sit down and do absolutely nothing. But I had to continue with what the Lord had put in my heart to do, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to do what God had put in my heart to do, right? So I decided to, push through and, hey, let's get this going and let's get this meal together so that we can be ready in a timely manner. So as time went on, maybe an hour and a half into making the meal, I just started feeling good. I know that sounds crazy, right? That sounds crazy. I really did. I started just feeling really good. I started feeling encouraged. I just started feeling like this feels good. And if I could be honest with you, it wasn't like feeling good to make it for them. I would love to do it, but there was something else that was driving that feeling of feeling good. And as I began to go on, I noticed that I wasn't tired. And then this song just came in my mind. I just want to bless your name. I just want to make you glad. I just want to move your heart, God, and give you all I am. Right? I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. The rest of the song says, it's by your will. Please forgive me if I sound raunchy. And for your pleasure I exist. You are worthy. You are worthy. I forgot the rest. But the idea of out of this moment, out of this time of just obeying God, my body didn't feel like it. I just, I just was like, I could really just sit down right now, right? Out of just obeying him, just getting into that space where he knows better. He knows better. What he has given me in this vision of Bloss, Boss, and Bless, this is his. It's not mine. This is for his people, not my people. And as I began to get into that mindset, that's what made me push forward. But while I was in it, while I was cooking, while I'm frying chicken and, and doing all these type of things, I just had this joy just come in my soul. Just this space of, God, I just want to please you. I even said while I was cooking, like, I thank you. I appreciate the fact that you have entrusted me with something for your people. I thank you for that. I began to think about how the vision that he's given me, what I've walked through and what I plan to walk through, the things that I've done and what I plan to do. I just began to see it in another light. And I just began to feel overjoyed and happy. I mean, just in my heart, like, God, I really thank you. Like, you really thought highly of me to give me these different ideas. And God, I want to give it back to you. I'm so appreciative. I had told my daughter one day, I said, the things that I'm doing for Bloss, I don't want to do it for numbers. I don't want to do it for views. I want to empty out. I am so full of purpose. I'm so full of vision. And these were the thoughts that began to come back to me while I was cooking. That conversation that I had with her. I'm like, I'm so full of vision. I'm so full of these ideas that God has given me that I know is going to be an answer to a multitude of people. And just to think that God, the Father, the creator of the universe, the one who holds the world in his hand, the creator of everything, said, hey, I got an idea, Nicole, and I want you to do it. Can you execute my plan in the earth for me? I got all of that in that moment. Because I'm not new with doing blogs, just kind of new on here a little bit. But it just clicked. And then when I say, as I began to serve them in cooking, I hadn't even made it there yet, the vision was already serving me. My body started feeling better. I had a confidence that didn't belong to this world. It had nothing to do with the accolades and affirmations of people. It had to do with the simple fact that I had a father who loves me the most and trusted me with something for his household. I started smiling. I was cooking, had a little pep in my step, and I just could not believe that in this little time, how everything had changed, like in my posture towards this assignment, just in a moment. And it all came from saying yes to serving his people. I have to be very honest because, I mean, my heart was willing, my spirit was willing, but my body was like, I don't feel like it. And I don't want to do it by myself. But God has something else in plan for me. He wasn't just asking me to serve them, he was asking permission to serve me. And I had to give it to him. But I didn't know it would be out of me serving his people. Wow. We came from this scripture today, 1 Samuel 9:20. And I just want to get to the latter part of that scripture. It says, you and your family are the focus of all Israel's hope. When I read that, I heard it like this. You and the idea that I have given you is the focus for all my household hopes. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the talents, the gifts that God has given you, the business ideas, the ministry, whatever that it might be? Have you ever thought to yourself that this is the hope for all of God's people? Have you ever looked at yourself that you are the answer? You are the hope. And that in the fact of, or while you're serving them, he's not going to forget you. He's not going to forget you. He's not going to make you empty out without filling you up. Oh, that is so good. All of this came out of frying chicken and making spaghetti. How many times have you felt disqualified? Have you felt like you wasn't enough? How many times have you felt like you didn't have the resources or you couldn't do it by yourself? See, that's what this dinner represented. The fact that it was untraditional, meaning, like I said, they didn't expect it. I didn't expect it because, it should have been a turkey meal. Should have had a turkey and all that type of thing because it's Thanksgiving. But the fact that it was very untraditional was God saying, listen, just follow me. I don't need your thoughts right now. I don't need you to qualify you. I've already done it. And a lot of times we think that because we don't have what we think we should have, then we have nothing to give. And that's what this dinner showed me, that that's not true. All I need you to do is show up and do what I asked you to do. I'm not asking you for tradition. I'm asking you to remain in the moment. Stay in the now. Walk with me. Don't walk behind me. Don't walk in front of me. Just stay in step with me. Out of all of that, I knew I was too tired. He said, don't ask nobody. Don't ask nobody. Now you got to rely on your own skills. You got to rely on your own. But then he told me when I was thinking about making a big old dinner, he said, no, break that down. Do what you can do. That's all I'm asking. Do what you can do. But God, it's not a lot. I said, show up and do what you can do. Now, while I was there, I told them, they said, you need some help? I'm like, no, I'm going to serve you by myself. I literally served them by myself. While I was serving them, he was giving me clarity. I'm hearing him talking the whole time. While I was carrying hope for them, my obedience, feeding the people, my presence, or a matter of fact, the presence of God through me, strengthening them. I was being strengthened. I felt the presence of God. I didn't know that this day of serving actually was going to serve me. And I think that's the whole deception of the mind that comes to tell you that you don't have enough. That mind that comes to tell you that you are not enough, that you are not qualified, that you don't have what is expected, is to keep you from just stepping out and just doing and bringing what you have. So here's the elephant and the ants. The elephant sees big, but the ants carries the small kingdom things that builds empires, nations. It executes the vision, the plan, all that you had in here to be manifested out there. We have to make sure that our perspectives is aligned with his. I told them one thing today. I said, as you move into your perspective areas, you're going to have to learn how to trust God. I didn't just tell them that just to tell them that. That's something God has been telling me. And today was a day where I had to trust him. You know, I did my best on what I can do. But the trust, if I can be very honest, because I can, cook the food. I can do all of that. The trust was to show up again. We'll have to get into that talk later. And then you will understand why I say the trust was to show up again. That was an elephant in my life. But it really just was ants. Meaning the illusion that seemed so big was really nothing but a bunch of small little moves that need to be made so I can get to the real impact. So in my closing, my serving didn't drain me today. Actually, it fed me. I want you to know that when you step in your assignment and start serving others, your assignment is going to serve you. It helped confirm me to myself. It helped to strengthen me. It helped to build confidence in me. And it gave me the momentum to show up again. I just want you to know that when you do for others, you're doing for yourself. So right now, I want to invite you to go to Amazon and get my book, BLOSS, BOSS, and BLESS. It has a lot of the principles that I talk from in these videos. It's for building the woman behind the business so that she could take care of business, whatever business that might be. God gave me a word a long time ago, and he told me, and this is a prophetic quote actually, and he told me, he said, you're going to run things. He said, but you're going to do it my way. And so for all the bosses that want to do it God way, you want to boss from the blessing, I want to encourage you to go to Amazon, that's where it is, and get this book. They have hardback and they also have softback. Make sure you go and get that book. Okay, so thank you for watching Elephant and Ants. I want you to grow in perspective, walk in insight, and lead with the heart of God, because the kingdom way of leading is the better way. All right, see y'all in the next one. Every day she blossom. Every day she blossom. Every day she blossom.